I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Karen.
Yes, here.
Clark.
Here.
Hudson.
Here.
Roncone. Whitmer.
Item number 3. Motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion. Roll call.
Clark.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 4, Superintendent's report.
Okay, I guess before I get started, I just want to acknowledge a couple of our visitors here. Kathy Davies, our new treasurer, starting next month, is here. Thank you for coming, Kathy. Glad to have you. And later on the agenda, you'll be voting on Mr. Roberts, Jim Roberts. Jim and his family have come tonight to just kind of get a chance to meet the board. Jim's being recommended for replacing Jimmy Marino. Jim comes to us from Jackson Milton Schools, where he spent a lifetime.
Long time.
Yeah, a lifetime
read that.
working.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a little bit of a change for him, but he is super high qualified and comes with just a tremendous background, like Jim Marino did to us not too very long ago, and we're excited to recommend him to you tonight. And he wanted to come in with his family and meet some of our board members, some of our hopefully you got a chance to meet Mrs. Waller as well. So. She already put her slip in with you. So welcome everybody tonight. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Yes.
Just wanted to give you a bit of an update. No PowerPoint. Thank me later. One, I like at this time of the year to talk a little bit about our test scores, but because of the lateness of Park's results, and maybe, who knows if we're going to get them, I'll just jump down to B. Park is not going to be around any longer. And Ohio is going to be soliciting someone to help them create the tests that we're required to by No Child Left Behind. So, Ohio Air has been thrown around. So we'll see what the legislature and the Ohio Department of Education decides for us, of course. But that's just something that you're going to be reading about, you're going to be hearing about, and I just wanted to mention to you that we did a lot of preparation with our computers, getting ready for that testing. I don't think to no avail, or for a lack of better words, for not. I really do think that the future in testing is going to be electronical. I mean, you're just going to see more and more of that because of the ability to grade. Things are going to be that much quicker and faster, and get them back and returned and analyzed in a manner in which we're not waiting a year and behind to look at results. So, I think from that standpoint, I still think we're going to be tested. Ohio Air would test electronically as well, I believe, but we'll see. We'll see what the state does. I know they got a lot of pushback this last time, just because the rest of the state was not ready and prepared to take the test electronically, and we were. So I don't know, that builds maybe your confidence in my administrative staff, specifically Jason Martin and his tech group, to get us prepared and ready to go for that, but also from our staff and being ready to have kids take the test that way. So from that standpoint, Park is out. We'll see what's coming to be announced, TBA. Summer maintenance. We have some big projects going along right now at Southside. The restrooms, which was on last month's agenda, boys and girls in the main hallway, and that hasn't started yet, but is scheduled to be started here at the end of the month. Ceiling tile is about 75% done in that building, and we've repainted the hallways, which was a tremendous change. When you get a chance to take a walk down the south side, I think they're done. We painted the lockers, which were originally tan to red. Just makes sense to make them the same as what we have here at the high school. And we painted the walls an off-white, which matches the green tile that was chosen back in the 60s to be in that building. Wow. The red and the green really clashed, and it did not look the way we needed it to look. So we painted those white. It cleans it up tremendously. Jimmy decided that he was going to take some of those old light fixtures in the hallways in the 7th and 8th grade and replace them with inlaid in the tile or in the ceiling tile grid work, and it looks tremendous. Looks great. So that cleans up Southside tremendously, really leaving us to look at the future at potentially some floor tiling. We've repaired and patched. We've taken out a lot of that green tile that had been used to be patched, which really looked completely out of place, and put tan in those spots. Those are being done. There's still one patch left this summer to do, but we really need a consistent pattern of tile like we have at Dixon for Southside at some point. That's something that we need to think and consider about in the future. Additionally, blacktop, Southside and the high school. I think we're going to try and repair some of the spots that are potholed right now, and not the cost to do the whole parking lot was just extensive. And then Dixon, we really need to look at sealing that, whether that needs to be done this year or next. So those are some things to be on the horizon. At the high school, we have gyms, or I should say Dixon's gym. We revarnished, and the high school has been revarnished. We did some door hinges that were much needed. The doors that were installed in this facility and some of the bigger entranceways are very, very heavy, and over the past 15 years have pulled away from the screws that hold it in, and consequently some of the doors haven't been able to be closed. So we've put some piano hinges through Youngstown Glass and Mirror. We contracted through a different contractor to actually install them because of the cost. And we've repaired those, and now we have all functioning doors. It sounds funny, but we need our doors to function appropriately, specifically the auditorium doors, which are used every day. Some of our hallway doors, which needed in Southside Middle School, 7th and 8th grade, were you couldn't close them. So fire-wise and everything else, they really needed to be completed correctly. And concrete on the front sidewalk. You guys come in that front sidewalk every meeting. It's the main entrance to our facility. Did you guys come in there? Yeah. That is going to be fixed here in the next week or so. So we are tearing that out and replacing that. So that's being fixed. And just to jump down to Ward Athletic Complex, we're putting a cement pad out there in front of the track to put the stands on. So that will clean that up tremendously. Right now those stands are sitting on gravel. Up a little bit higher, we're going to move them down in front of the track. That'll be useful for soccer, junior high football, and track. That's what we essentially use most of that for. Cross country will be rerouted a little bit to behind the stands instead of in front of it. So that'll change a little bit there. The only thing that we really need to take a look at for future spending is the restrooms. I've looked into a number of different options. Nothing's going to be under $50,000 for an option for that. So we really may have to look to go out to bid to do
Restrooms, where at?
restrooms at the track,
At
the
the
Ward
track.
Athletic Complex.
Okay.
Right now, we're using porta-johns, which we've been using for a while.
Right.
Not the best situation.
So you're thinking redoing the inside or putting them outside?
Outside,
Like we talked before, right?
Yeah.
With the sewer line.
with the sewer line. Here our options are sort of a couple. One option that we don't have is to add on to the backside of Southside, because once you start adding on the backside of Southside, you're going to look at some compliance issues with fire code and ADA. So we need to look at potentially the bus garage. We could extend off of the bus garage, which there are current restroom facilities there for our bus drivers, or a separate facility off to the right as you come through the gate. I was looking at that area off to the right. There's a grass area where we actually put the porta-johns now. We have some finances that can be used towards that, but it wouldn't cover the entire cost of a project potentially. I'm going to contact Summer Barker, have a conversation with Summer about what we could look at in terms of some costs, and maybe we can contract with her to do some potential designs that might give us an option moving forward. That's who, I don't think the cost would be significant with Summer to do that, but there would be some cost associated with having her do some work and some drawings for the Ward Athletic Complex.
So we would, in essence, put bathrooms, but also it would be a snack thing too, right?
That would be probably additional dollars, so we'd have to look at some options.
There's nothing there now, right?
They use one of those
Trailers.
Yeah.
Which is bad.
I mean, I'd love to put some storage there for our stuff and get rid of the tractor trailer that's there. I don't think that was supposed to be. It's been here since I've been here, but I don't think that was
We
supposed
talked
to be
about a pole
permanent.
building, didn't we, originally? We talked about putting up a pole building and sectioning it
Yeah.
off, and
So, but there's some significant costs to that. I think that we need to consider what those costs might be. The most immediate need is our restrooms. I think after that is storage. We can still do some of the snack stuff out of what we currently have. It is a shed, but it's set up for that. It has an awning and whatnot. It has worked fairly well for us. But I think whatever we do, we should have the ability to expand upon it. So whatever design we would choose would be something to add on to, whether it be storage, whether it be a snack bar, whatever it might be, locker rooms down the road, or whatever we need to do. But we could do it in sections. Just think eliminating the porta-johns. One, there's a monthly cost with that, just for that service. I would rather have the water and electrical cost of having our own facility and whatnot. So that's something that's a future cost that we need to consider coming up. Transportation. I've had requests for some transportation pickups that are outside district lines. I know that you authorize the bus routes each year, which can accommodate those, but I do think that we need to look at board policy to permit me to make some of those determinations on picking up outside of the lines as opposed to what's currently in policy now, which means there would probably be a revision, a reading, and then an opportunity to vote on that.
how far are we talking out? Of our district?
Maybe from here to New Waterford might be a...
Oh, what's no different than Crestview coming into
It's
our
no
town,
different.
right?
Right.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
We don't like that.
Yeah, but I don't think that
That's
can
not
go
it.
that way. I don't think they can go that way. That has to be a revision. Yeah, I'm 36. If you look at 36,
I think we have to look at a revision of the policy.
Exactly right. That's amazing.
So, any questions you have? The last thing I'd like to just acknowledge Lori one more time. I know we've talked and, a couple weeks left, Lori. Lori's retiring, and it's been a tremendous 6 years to have her next to me in this position, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate the work that Lori's done while I've been here, and I know that you, as a board and as community members of the Columbiana School District, have benefited greatly from her service, and we certainly will miss everything that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 5, public input. Not seeing any. So, item number 6, motion to consider an executive session. Don't think there's a need for that. Item number 7.
I make a motion to consider approving the June 2015 financial reports.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion?
Just a couple of things. Lori, on the financial analysis, which I think is the FinSum, homestead rollback, big difference, any reason for the big difference between last year and what's estimated, which actually is the actual for this year almost?
Which?
Homestead rollback,
Yeah.
other state.
It was 347, or was rather last year was 647.
Yeah.
This year the estimated is 374.
Well, okay, I see what happened there.
Yeah.
When I did the adjustments, the amount for June hadn't come in yet,
Okay.
so it picked up the lower amount.
Okay.
So the actual fiscal year to date was 607,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of 374. Yeah.
And our sub-cost, am I reading this right? Last year was like 36.4, this year 112 for certifieds.
We had a lot of long-term subs this year. We had a teacher out all year at the high school. We had 3 teachers out all year at the elementary school.
Okay.
So 4 altogether for the year, which is pretty unusual. That they were all full year instead of just,
Part of
like
the year.
maternity leave. Plus, we had some maternity leaves that were,
Still
12
rolling.
weeks
Right.
on top of that, and then our regular, just absences that we normally had. So this was a very high year for sub-costs.
Okay. I thought it looked higher compared to anything I'd seen before, so.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Item passes. Item 8.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of Ashley Michael as science teacher grade 7 and 8 for the 2015 school year, 16 school year, as recommended by the superintendent, compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules, pending verification of all credentials.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Item number 9.
Make a motion to consider approving employment of Kendall Malsh as intervention specialist, grades 5th through 6th, for the 2015 through 16 school year, as recommended by the superintendent, compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules, pending verification of all credentials.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 10.
I'd like to consider a motion authorizing the treasurer to enroll in a workers' comp group rating and risk management program for 2016.
Second the motion.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Hudson,
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 11.
Make a motion to consider approving the amended non-bargaining medical professional employee handbook as provided with this agenda.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Karen.
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Item number 12.
Motion passes.
Motion passes.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of Jennifer Sloan as a Title Intervention Specialist, grades K through 8 for the 2015 school year, as recommended by the superintendent. Compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules pending verification of all credentials.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson,
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 13.
Make a motion to consider approving employment of the following personnel on a supplemental contract for the 2015 through 16 school year as recommended by the superintendent. Compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules, as listed below.
Second that motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 14.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of the following personnel as director, supervisor, or coach of the pupil activity program for the 2015-16 school year as recommended by the superintendent with compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules pending verification of all credentials as listed below.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Hudson.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 15.
Make a motion to consider approving the following personnel as volunteer for a pupil activity program for the 2015 through 16 school year as recommended by the superintendent and is listed below.
Second the motion.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Karen.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 16.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of the following personnel for 2015-16 school year as recommended by the superintendent with compensation in accordance with board-approved schedule pending verification of all credentials as listed below, and this is substitute support staff.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 17.
Consider approval of the following fund transfers. I'm just going to say as listed below.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item 18.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of Cinda Unkefer as home instruction tutor for 2014-15 school year as recommended by the superintendent. Compensation at the approved rate of $25 per hour retroactive to the first day worked.
Second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Item 19. Motion passes. Item 19.
I'd like to make a motion to consider approving, per recommendation of the Columbiana Public Library Board of Trustees, the reappointment of Richard Bartow as library trustee for a 7-year term effective July 1st, 2015.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 20.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the Columbiana Public Library budget for the 2016 year as submitted by the Library Board of Trustees.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item 21.
Make a motion to consider approving parental leave for Colleen Campbell, high school science teacher for the 2015 through 16 school year.
Second motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 22.
I'd like to consider a motion approving an HVAC time and material maintenance agreement with Gardner Train Company for Joshua Dixon Elementary, Southside Middle, and Columbiana High Schools at a cost of $76.80, including 96 labor hours a year, Additional regular hours to be billed at $80 per hour. Contract effective from October 1, 2015 through September 30th, 2016.
Okay, I have a question in reference to this too. This $7,680 that we're doing, do they, what is this particular company, do they send us a bill then every time they come out, and are we getting statements from them, or? All I want to see is that if I'm paying 96 hours, I want to see 96 hours of billing that they're working on.
Our maintenance coordinator schedules those 96 hours, but they do bill us quarterly for this
Okay.
base. Anything over the 96 hours, we do get a bill for. But he schedules them for each quarter based on what we need.
All right, so I understand that, but I don't like that. I'm just telling you.
I understand. Yeah.
What I want to see is I want to see specifically that as you schedule them and things like that, I want to see the time that they're clocking and charging us for it. And the reason why I want to see that is I see $7,680 at 96 hours. Well, what happens if during the period of a year, it's only 45 hours or 50 hours? Well, I went into a contract with them for $7,680. They win. Well,
They do give us work orders for any time they're here that
Right.
shows what they've done, how much they've,
Yeah.
and we get billed for materials
Right,
for
I
any
understand
time
that.
that they're here that shows those hours.
but you understand what I'm saying. I want to see their hours that
Right.
they worked. Because listen, and I want to see what they've done. And that's his job, right? That's your job to be able to say, okay, that job was 4 hours, and they billed us 4 hours, or listen, it was an hour and a half job and they billed us 4 hours. What's going on? Because when you open your checkbook to $7,680 at 96, and I've seen this, at 96 hours, it's real easy. And I'm not saying this particular company would do that. I'm just saying, listen, I'm into making people honest, okay, and making sure they're honest with us. And obviously that's your job, is to inspect what we expect from you to make sure that our dollars are being spent effectively, right?
Yeah, but I don't know about this contract, but those hours may go over for the next year. Some contracts do that, but we don't use them all. So I'm just, I'm not for sure.
The hours we used this year were in excess of this.
Okay.
Those Mitsubishi units in the wintertime went down on us
Because it was so cold.
several occasions
Right.
where, I'm telling you what, we plowed through these hours and we were way, way beyond it. It is a little bit of a security blanket for us to have this.
Right. I'm
But-
okay with it.
But at the same time, they're going to have regular maintenance things that we'll
Right.
be able to schedule them to come in and utilize these hours for. But we had 3 coils go bad at Dixon this year that they were right now at our service there and in the building,
Oh, yeah.
or we wouldn't have had school a couple days.
We canceled one day there, right?
Now, we didn't have a choice, yeah.
Well, they're heat pumps in essence,
Yeah.
and those coils are the only thing that heats the rooms. And when the coils go out, they can't do anything with them.
Right. We
Because
were
of
way,
other
way
things.
over 96 hours with them.
Is that 96 hours based upon like an average of what we've used them for in the past?
They
or-
probably average maintenance time that we actually need to have them come in. But it guarantees us at a certain rate. Otherwise, they could be charging us a tremendously higher.
Well, overtime and things like that.
Mhm.
But you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I want to be able to see what their billed hours are,
We can-
what specifically it is. And of course, I think he signs off on it, would he not?
Yes.
The statements?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all it is a check and balance.
Yeah, we could PDF those to you.
Yep. That's, you know
To the board.
what I'm saying,
The whole
Mark?
board.
Yeah, that's
That won't be a
all.
problem.
We see what we're doing,
Exactly right.
what they're doing.
All right, so moving forward, I'll second the motion then.
Any discussion now?
Yeah, how about that? Further discussion, huh? There you
Roll
go.
call, please.
We're good.
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yeah, motion passes. Item number 23.
Consider approving employment of the following personnel to provide services which fall within the guidelines of auxiliary services programs to the students of the Heartland Christian School for 2015 through 16 school year, and they're as listed below.
I'll second.
Discussion? Are these items that we we budget can come out of our budget, or
No, it comes out of money from the state.
state?
All our money.
That's directly
flows
earmarked
through
for them.
Okay.
We can't spend the money, they can only spend it.
Okay. Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item 24.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of Nancy Bacon on a one-year part-time contract effective September 1, 2015, as recommended by the superintendent with compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 25.
Consider approving a one-year contract for Josh Boone, Technology Assistant, effective August 1st, 2015 through July 31st, 2016, as recommended by the superintendent per the contract provided with this agenda.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 26.
I'd like to consider approving a motion improving the employment of Andrea, and I'm not going to pronounce that last name, I'll butcher it, as a part-time technology assistant, approximately 15 to 20 hours per week, 2015-16 school year, as recommended by the superintendent. Compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules, pending verification of all her credentials.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yep.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item 27.
Make a motion to consider approving employment of Leslie Coastal on a one-year limited contract as medical professional RN, non-bargaining unit member, effective July 1st, 2015, compensation at a board-approved levels as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item 28.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of Anita Weber on a one-year limited contract as medical professional non-bargaining unit member effective July 1, 2015. Compensation board-approved levels recommended by the superintendent.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 29.
Make a motion to consider approving employment of Brooke Hitchcock on a part-time one-year limited contract as a medical professional non-bargaining unit member effective July 1st, 2015, compensation at board level approved levels as recommended by the superintendent.
Second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 30.
I'd like to consider a motion approving the employment of Kevin Kloss as transportation coordinator as recommended by the superintendent with compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules, pending verification of all credentials.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item 31.
Make a motion to consider approving employment of James Roberts as the Director of Buildings, Grounds, and Maintenance as recommended by the superintendent with compensation in accordance with the board-approved schedules, pending verification of all credentials, effective August the 1st, 2015.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Official.
Item number 32.
I'd like to consider motion approving a contract addendum for Lance Hostetler, high school principal, effective August 1, 2015, as was provided with the agenda.
Second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 33.
Make a motion to consider approval of tuition reimbursement per contract for Lance Hostetler, high school principal, in the amount of $1,497.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item 34.
I'd like to consider a motion approving a contract addendum for Kimberly Sharshian, elementary principal, effective August 1, 2015, as was provided with this agenda.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item 35.
Make a motion to consider approving a contract addendum for Don Mook, the superintendent, effective August 1st, 2015, as provided with this agenda.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yep. Motion passes. Item 36.
I'd like to consider a motion authorizing the superintendent to make modifications to bus routes.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 37.
I'll make a motion to consider approving employment of Robert Spade as part-time high school teacher for the 2015 through 16 school year as recommended by the superintendent with compensation in accordance with board-approved schedules.
Second the motion.
Discussion? Roll call?
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 38.
I'd like to consider a motion authorizing the treasurer to enter into a contract with Coca-Cola. Contract provided with this agenda.
Second it.
Discussion? Roll call?
Hudson?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes. Motion passes. Item 39, President's Report. Just want to echo what Don said. I think, Lori, I had no idea what you did before I came onto the board. I don't think the public knows half the stuff you do. So you're a wealth of knowledge that we're going to miss. And you have kept this district in financial good standings for years. So we're going to miss you. Kathy, we welcome you, and you have big shoes to fill, but we have no doubt that you'll handle it well. So we welcome you as well. Welcome, Mr. Roberts. Great to have you here, part of Columbiana. And I think it's good to see some of the things being done to the middle school. So I think that'll be the great incentive to the students and make them feel a little bit more prouder of their school. So good to see that we're doing some of that stuff. So, and that's it for me. Item number 40. OSBA Legislative Liaison Report.
No report.
41. OSBA Student Achievement Liaison Report. No report. Item number 42.
Rather than give a report, I'll echo what's been said about Lori. I've worked with Lori since Joe Rottenborn was superintendent, and I've learned a lot over the years from working with Lori. Kathy, we welcome you. You do have big shoes to fill. She's a wealth of information. Whenever I ask a stupid question, like I do occasionally, Lori is always ready to answer whatever it is. I know she has been beat up by the public in levy campaigns, and she's come back year after year, answered all of the questions, and I know some of the people that have made it their mission to just grind an axe with Lori, and again, she's come back from it smiling, so we definitely are going to miss you. And thanks for all you've done. That's all I have.
Item number 43, date of next board meeting is Tuesday, August 11th, 2015 at 6 p.m. in the High School Media Center. Item number 44, I'd like to make a motion to consider an executive session in accordance with ORC 121.22 for the sole purpose of consideration of the following matters: employment.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Roll call?
Clark?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
We're adjourned.
In executive.
Now we're in executive session.